I mean, he took me by the hand and said, this is how we do it. You know, I'm going to leave you unseen, this trauma patient, because we're ready to go. You know, well, I haven't done all my stuff. Do it in the ambulance.
Yeah.
My intern year of residency, I quickly realized that my biggest teachers, especially that year, were nurses. Yeah, absolutely.
And thank God.
You know, my attendings would help kind of guide me self-learning. Mm-hmm. But when I really needed to know something, the person I would turn to is one of the nurses I was working with.
Well, you can have all the books.
So the nurses helped train me to become a doctor.
Right. You can have all the book knowledge, right? You can have all that advanced knowledge, but when it comes to the operation and getting from here to here,
well, in the real world, it's different than
you need the people that are able to do that.
Different.
That's true. It's absolutely true.
I think EMTs as well, like as I've grown as a medic, have shown me like I can rely on them so much for different things, because your mind is going like a million miles a minute sometimes with certain patients, depending on how critical they are. And you can be like, what am I missing? I'm missing something.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What am I missing? And they'll be like, oh, you haven't put Capno on them yet. I'm like, oh my gosh, I looked at the monitor 5 times and could not figure out what vital sign I was missing. And it was Capno. Or you're like, I don't know what's wrong with them. And because of previous calls that they ran, previous life experience, they could be like, oh, it's this. Yeah. I think it's this. And I never would have thought of it because I haven't experienced a call like that.
Yeah.
Or experienced that life experience. And I'm just like, man, if I didn't have an EMT with me, like, I wouldn't be able to do this job.
An experienced EMT is worth their weight.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. Quadruple.
Everything you hear today from myself and my guests is opinion only and doesn't represent any organizations or companies that any of us are affiliated with. The stories you hear have been modified to protect patient privacy, and any resemblance to real individuals is coincidental. This is for educational and entertainment purposes only and should not be taken as medical advice nor used to diagnose any medical or healthcare conditions.
You know, in our departments, our techs, they're EMTs, and they're my eyes and ears. I can't tell you how many times I've had a tech call me and be like, hey, Rebecca, something's not right with this patient. Can you come take a look? And I go up there and I'm like, oh, shit.
You're right.
You know, I mean, and it's like, I don't feel like they get enough credit. And just like with nurses and doctors, not everyone has the same awareness or proficiency level. But like, I know my ones, my go-tos. Like if they even raise an eyebrow or something, I'm all ears. Yeah. I'm listening. Tell me everything. And our techs who sit up at the pivot desk, and you know, I always check in with them. Is there anybody that you guys are worried about? Because if they're worried about them, I'm worried about them. Yeah. You know, and they have such an incredible knowledge base that they are not given credit for, and they come from different experiences and backgrounds, and just, man, like I cannot sing their praises enough. And they have helped me become a better nurse in so many ways.
Yeah, I mean, I've learned that lesson over and over again, that if a nurse comes to me and they're worried about something with a patient, I just need to get off my ass and go look at the patient, you know, because that hierarchy is bullshit, right? Like, you're my coworker, you're my colleague. If you are worried about a patient, I'm going to go look at them. If nothing else, at least you're going to come back to me the next time because you know I'm actually going to do something about it. You know? Even if the patient's fine, at least you know that I'm going to get off my ass and go look at them.
Yeah.
And something that I appreciate about you is you will teach me. Why is the patient fine when my red flags are dinging? You know, and that's, again, fucking teach me. Don't degrade me. Teach me. I could be in this field for 47 years and I'm going to still feel like I'm brand new and have so much to learn just because of how this field evolves, and we're constantly learning something new. We're learning better ways or methods of taking care of our patients in our community. Man, you teach me something, I am sworn alliance.